and then
Okay, hello, world. I'm Kristen. You probably already know, hopefully, because you're on my website.
I'm Nick.
This is Nick. He sounds and looks familiar because he's always on my Instagram. And we did our podcast about Maggie Rogers' album, which was so long ago.
That felt that was what, January?
When you're like sitting on your floor.
On my floor and then
talking in one of our phones. We talked so much about that album. But that was like 9 months ago.
Yeah, that was January.
That freaks me out. Okay. I wanted to do a video talking about Lover because one, we've never done something like this. And I already hate talking. Like, I don't like listening to my voice. But Leah said today that she thinks I have a good voice for a podcast.
I think so too.
That's so nice.
Like when
I wanted to do it because I've never done this before. And I think it'd be funny to see us like interact with each other. And I have 1,800 words of notes. So that's kind of a lot.
It's a good balance because I wrote 0.
And then I guess we're just drinking wine because it's fun. And Taylor references
Taylor
alcohol a lot in this album.
So I guess we're gonna start with I forgot that you
this
existed.
YouTube video.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, I don't care. So I have a new theory about this song.
Let's hear it.
I don't necessarily think it's about one person. I think it's about the whole conceptual idea of like, I'm pushing that era of my life out. Like, I'm different now.
I agree.
Think so?
Yeah, I think that there are some references to that you could make about specific people, but I think that it's like all of it is about like closing the door on everyone involved in it, right? So I think it involved Kanye or maybe some Carly Kloss.
Do you think people are like, this is about like people think Cruel Summer is about Carly Kloss?
I don't think so. There's plenty
That
of
makes me
references with like
uncomfortable.
with me. I think that like the Kaylor theories make me mad.
Yeah.
Like, she's so open about everything else in her life. For the most part. Like, so I think that this is more so closing the door.
I agree, and I like thinking of it like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think her and Joe were friends with benefits, and then they were like, shit, we love each other? That's what she seems like she's saying!
Kind of. I don't know though.
She says, let me see this.
Yeah.
Because I think, whatever I told you when I listened to it, and I was like, I don't think I like it as much. I was just confused with what she was even trying to say.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I was just thrown off. And then when I went back, I was like, oh.
I mean, it might be. I do think that is the summer that she's talking about.
Yeah.
I think it was while she was like while she had disappeared.
So is that summer 2016?
Yeah.
3 years ago.
And like I think the only journal entry that we have in any of the diaries is this summer is the apocalypse.
Right. That whole thing with Nicki Minaj happened like not much after I had met her. So I think it was 2015.
Okay, yeah, I think it was 2015, but then it was the year, wasn't it 2016 that they performed Bad Blood at the something together?
I feel like it wasn't a whole year after.
Maybe not.
I think the thing with her and Nicki happened in July, like very close after I met her, and the VMAs were in August.
Okay,
so it was like a month.
Yeah.
That's what I tell him, no rules. Ain't that the worst thing you ever heard? And her saying, I don't want to keep secrets just to keep you. Like, I think that could be a combination of, like, they were sneaking around because she didn't want to be in the press, and because she felt like their relationship was elevated in her mind versus what it was
Maybe. I mean, I didn't think about it like that, but you might be right.
Well, in my experiences. I've never, like, been secretive with someone, but you also feel like you can't like share it with the world if it's not serious.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's more so about like she was like really in love with someone or falling in love with someone, but like she was also on that like what was it? Was it 2? It was like a year and a half or 2 years that she like wasn't seen at all.
Actually, gone for like a year.
Well, I don't know how active was she before she started posting. Like this, like when she blacked everything out.
Well, like, did you follow her on social media when she was with Calvin?
No.
Oh my god, PDA to the max.
But when was that?
When I saw her, so it was like early 2015.
Okay.
And so I think they were together.
Okay. I think there's a line in here, the whole thing about like, and I snuck through the garden gate every night that summer just to seal my fate. Like I think that was literally her like having to sneak around so that she wouldn't get seen.
Yes.
But I also think that has to mean that she was in London.
Yeah, so
I don't think he's ever lived here.
No, I think the chunk of her time when she was off the map, she was in London.
Probably dropped off like right in front of like his door or whatever, and she just got out and like no one ever thought anything different.
Yeah.
Or saw her or whatever.
That's very interesting.
It's interesting.
Well, I wonder if there was, this is the last thing I'm going to say because we're tangent. I wonder if there was like a casual element to it because neither of them felt like they could handle like the significance of
probably
being seen with each other.
Well, and like he maybe was a little nervous.
Yeah.
Like he's in that spotlight, but he's not in like the Americanized version of like being famous. And he's also obviously not nearly as famous as she is. And so maybe he was like, hey, I don't know how this is gonna be.
That has, maybe like that's more of it than they're just like
that's
together.
That's what I think.
That's interesting. Wow, I love this. I feel like out of all the songs, this is the one you could probably like analyze the most.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm also excited that. Again, I'm excited that this song is probably, I'm assuming it's going to be a single because I think that it will win some of the general public back after the single that she had, like the official singles that she had released.
Yeah. Okay, Lover. I skip this song when I listen to it.
I skip it sometimes, and it's only because I feel like the placement feels a little weird from like something as up. Even the first two are very up tempo.
Yeah.
And then like The Man is obviously up tempo, and so I kind of am like trying to ride that like up tempo. But I love the song. Like I think that it's so good. I think like hearing her talk about it or whatever, or like some of the Spotify things have like stories attached to them.
Not all of them have that.
I know.
It's annoying.
But they're also not deep enough.
I know, but it's still like cute.
I want to listen to the Sirius XM thing. I don't know if I can find that after the fact from the secret session where she explained every song.
That has to be somewhere.
It has to be somewhere. But I like this song, and it made more sense to me when she said something about it or posted one of the Spotify stories or something, that it's like supposed to sound like you're up on stage at like a 70s like wedding. Like this is like a love song.
It's like skips on every album. So on 1989, everyone was like, this love kind of skip.
Yeah.
On Reputation, So It Goes, the skip. I don't really put this any higher up than like skip. Because I don't dislike the other songs, but I also just like, I'm like, I don't want to listen to this right now.
Yeah, and I think, so it's hard for, I mean, I guess it's true. Like, what is the definition of a skip? Like, you're right. Like, I might skip it. It's not that I don't like it. Like, a song being a skip and a song being something I dislike.
Right, yes, I agree.
I really like this song. I don't love the placement.
She's talking about the love of her life as a lover.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense to me at all.
I also don't, like, yeah, I would agree with that.
That's just me being, like, nitpicky. Because, like, that's what I prefer in music is, like, the lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah, where I'm, like, a lot more about the production.
I feel like a lover is, like, someone you're sleeping with.
You confirmed your theory about Cruel Summer.
She's like, you're my lover. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem... Not like it's not a term of endearment, but it's not, like... I feel like saying you're my lover versus the love of my life is different.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you're right. I think that she...
And it just sounds better when you say you're my lover. You can't say you're the love of my life.
Exactly. Well, that's what I think. So
but then it's like someone who like pays attention to the lyrics and like the things about that. I'm just kind of like, where are you going?
But sometimes I think she likes simple. I mean, look at Gorgeous. Like, it is simple lyrics. It's very simple lyrics about.
I mean, this is definitely not that bad.
Right. This song, plus it being the name of the album, as like this whole idea that like this album is basically like a love letter to love itself, like in all its complexity. So it's like breaking up, or the thought of breaking up, or like a fight, or this or that. And I think that that's really interesting. The only one that, for the most part, that I don't understand how it fits, and maybe it's just about loving your identity, very similar to You Need to Calm Down, is The Man. I don't know how, unless
good
it's just...
segue.
Right, good segue. But is it just about loving your gender, or owning your gender? Not necessarily loving it, but like, if we're talking about this idea of like a love letter to love.
I don't think this song fits.
I don't either. the only thing I can think of is that it fits with like standing up for who you are, or you know, like.
I honestly just think she said, I think on the Instagram thing, or I'm sorry, you know the Spotify things, it looks like stories.
Yeah.
So that's why I said that.
Yeah.
I think it's where that's where I found this. It said something like she's been trying to write this for a really long time.
Yes, I would.
So I think she just was like, I'm putting it on this album.
Yeah.
And you and I have already talked about this. I like the song, and I think it's valid. But I wish she wasn't saying stuff like, I'm sick of them coming at me again. Like,
because it's too much about her. And what's interesting in the way that you say it, and this is probably because you're a woman and I'm not, is that like this, it's not that this song doesn't bother me, but it feels more like some of her other music where I'm relating it to an event that happened in her life or whatever.
Right.
Because I'm not trying to find the meaning that as it relates to me because I can't relate to it. I know I can't, I don't want to try to.
Yeah.
So now it feels like I'm listening to a story. I'm listening to a story about, like this song is a story about her career and how she's thought it could be, it obviously, not could be, it obviously would have been easier if she was a man.
Yeah.
But for a woman, it probably makes sense to try and make this into like this female empowerment, but
I
it
feel
doesn't.
like that's where it falls off.
Because it's too specific. It's not, some of it's too specific, and some of it...
I feel like overall it works. I just...
Yeah,
the one thing about her just saying they're coming at me, because like, yes, she's definitely faced sexism. Yes, she's been critiqued on doing things that men in the same genre do as well. But she's still, there is a part of her that she does is she is playing the victim a little.
Yeah, I mean,
and like I love her, and I feel like that's just where people are gonna say like, oh, she's playing the victim, and because of those lines.
Well, yeah, we're like, oh, we understand what you're saying, and if you weren't Taylor Swift, we wouldn't be so worried, right? Like we wouldn't be so like, I wish you didn't say that because people are gonna say this because we don't think like that about anybody else. And so for her, it's like why it's sad because she shouldn't be held to that standard. She shouldn't be held to like I have to say something differently because I am who I am.
Yeah.
And now on to The Archer.
Where does this fall in your ranking of songs?
Like it's very unconventional production wise because I'm a lot more into production than you, whatever. Thought behind it, and like again, I don't know. We've talked about this, but like. Everything she likes on Tumblr isn't necessarily true. Mm-hmm. She just kind of likes people theorizing.
Yeah.
But like it does, like it truly does build. You are anticipating a drop the entire time, and it never happens.
I don't think I thought that when I first heard the song.
Really, I was waiting for it. And I was like, it's never coming. It doesn't seem to be built in the same way.
Yes, and I think that's interesting, and I think it might have to do with the fact that you got into her music when she was having drops and everything.
That's true. Where did that one?
I did it like 2 hours ago, so I have a fresh one.
I think I sent it in the script.
You know you can like go this way.
Right, I always forget that.
But yes, I like The Archer. I think. Let me see my screenshot.
Oh, Archer's 11 for me.
That's blasphemy. Mine is number 4.
I think I should retweet
it's because I like the self-deprecating songs.
I think anyone who's been in any kind of relationship, semi-serious, has like thought this, right? Like you think to yourself, like, I don't want to say like I'm the greatest person in the world, but you've thought like I'm the greatest thing that's happened to this person. Like, how could they leave me? But then it's also like, oh my god, like when you're in the middle of a fight, or you're in the middle of some of those things, like you do think like, why is this person staying with me? And it's like that whole like. But who could ever leave me? But who could stay? Like I think that it's done really well.
This song, I'm convinced she wrote it for Carly Rae Jepsen and then decided to keep it.
Does she do songwriting besides like?
I don't know, but to me that it sounds like dedicated.
I wish you would.
Yeah.
It was made production first.
Yes.
Because Jack had it, and she was like, "Let me have it." I think that maybe he had this production, and I think that maybe it was partially developed for Carly Rae. Honestly,
that makes so much sense.
I really do.
But I feel like the lyrics even sound like it too.
I mean, that's true. But like Carly Rae Jepsen writes a lot of like failed love or like.
But not dedicated. Love. Dedicated's all happy.
Not all of it.
I mean, but I'm saying the way I look at it is emotion, and we just need to stop emotion was her being all upset about love, and then Dedicated is more of a positive spin on it.
The only reason
this sounds like a Carly Rae Jepsen.
The only it does, but I think that's a production wise.
I think the lyrics sound like that too.
I don't know how much songwriting she does.
I don't know.
Unless she does a lot under like pseudonyms or whatever, like she did for.
Wait, Taylor or Carly?
Taylor.
I wonder how influenced someone like Taylor Swift gets about people in her realm.
Yeah. But that's why I think it's interesting that it sounds like a Carly Rae song, because Jack has done a Carly Rae song.
Which one did he do? Want You in My Room? That's it though, right?
Maybe. I like it a lot better once I realized the metaphor. I wasn't understanding it.
This is so like silly.
But I also think the reason why I didn't understand it is because she references school.
I know. But it sounds like, did you watch more of Euphoria? I literally picture a scene of Euphoria going on when the song plays. It's so the song's about disillusionment with our crazy world of politics and equality set in a metaphorical high school. I want it to be about finding one person who really sees you and cares about you through all the noise. The cheerleader chants are actually my voice. So to me, it's like in my ideal world, she like watched something that made her like write a song.
I think she may have watched something. I mean, that was like which song is
Death
that?
by a Thousand Cuts.
Yeah, Death by a Thousand Cuts is about something.
Yeah.
Someone. Is about someone great.
Yeah.
So like, I think that she totally could have. But I also think like how many times, I know that I've said it a lot, that like certain like adult situations or how people are acting, I'll say like it's like we're in high school again.
Yeah.
And then I re-listened and realized like she was talking about like America a little bit more than just like Miss Americana.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense to me. But I don't understand, what's the Heartbreak Prince? How does that?
It's the guy, the one person. She said something about it's the one person who feels like you have someone that cares about you. That's like some political undertones when you actually.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. I think.
Like, what if she led with this as her single? Could you imagine?
She's the only artist that leads with like some of the worst songs.
It's really annoying.
It's annoying. I agree. I mean, besides like the promo singles, but I also think that this is a song that could totally be on record.
Yes, I agree.
Production.
It sounds like so it goes.
Yes, it does.
Okay. The next one is Paper Rings.
You love Paper Rings. It's fun.
Why is London Boy in your top 4?
I think it's so great.
Oh my god.
I think that it could be in like a 90s movie.
Yeah.
What was that? I feel like it could totally be like a mashup that's played in like that movie she was in, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Like,
I think of John Tucker Must Die.
But you say that it sounds like very different for her. And I think that it sounds different, but I don't think it sounds very far off.
Oh, I think it does.
Like, I'm trying to think of another song.
I think the lyrics do. I think the song itself, or the production itself. And
how
she's
like
production
singing
for
and
sure.
Production, yes.
Like, she's almost not even singing in the verses.
In the verses,
she's
no.
She's kind of talking, but not like rapping. This was the only song on the album that I had like a visceral reaction.
I know. I really think that you should like somehow clip it in. It was so
funny.
Like,
drop it right.
It's so just right. It's so as I'm talking right now.
So pure.
It was pure. Like you were like, oh, and then you were like, oh, ah, because it was like.
Could you imagine if she opened the album with this song? I would have died. It would have worked.
Okay, I know. And what kind of makes me a little sad?
What if she led with this as a single?
I feel like she could have easily led with Cruel Summer.
Yes, I agree.
Lead single.
No, I like
just
it.
Remake. Please.
The wrong one.
Woo!
We speak truth.
You're right.
I've given Taylor well over $1,000 for my money at this point. I bought the album and I don't even have a way to listen to it. So
I know there's no digital code in this, and it's so stupid.
What are you saying? She could have led with Paper Rings.
She could have, yeah.
I think they're married.
I kind of have a feeling they're married. The only reason why I think that maybe they're not, because I don't think that you can file a marriage license under fake names. Someone has said that they've looked. It's public record here and in London, and in the UK.
Dang it.
They're engaged. I think they're engaged.
You think?
I think that there has to be a Swiftie that works in the government. I love Paper Rings.
Best song on the album.
I remember when it started, I kind of had a similar reaction. I was like, oh my god, like, this is great.
I'm shook.
Yeah.
Okay. Cornelia Street. We got some conflicting opinions with this one.
I know you call
Let me pull up my notes. Okay, my first thing I said. I'm seeing so much love on this song on the internet, and I wish I felt the same way. I don't dislike it by any means, but it's almost a skip for me. On now. Isn't it? Maybe a little
okay,
bit.
go to Delicate.
No, but this is the song where she has the melody from Invisible in it. Did I send you that phrase? I can hear it. So when she sings barefoot in the kitchen, sacred new beginnings, I just want to show you she don't even know. Do you know that song? Invisible?
I mean, you're right.
I think that's on purpose. So why do you like this song so much?
I'm not sure, but when I listen or I think about my other favorite Taylor songs,
okay,
like in my top 5,
okay,
I would maybe put this up there and in top 5, and like other top 5s include Wildest Dreams and Call It What You Want, which are a similar tempo and a similar level of production. And I think again, I'm really into production more so than lyrics, but I love the way that she sings towards the end, like I'd never walk Cornelia Street again. And that like she layers it, and I think that it sounds so good.
You're saying you like it because of production. I'm saying I think it's boring because I don't really love like what she's singing.
But see,
I don't know, like,
I think
Call It What You Want to me is like, wow, I went through such a dark time and I came out of it not only loving myself more, but loving someone else.
I just think that it's so relatable. Like, I really do think that it's relatable.
I have the same way how I associate places and things with people, and it still is not resonating with me what she's saying.
I know.
I don't know, I want to like it more than I do, and I don't dislike it. But it's just like, skip.
That's sad.
Maybe I'll go through a really bad breakup and then I'll go back to it.
I don't know. Oh my god. Everyone has I'm sure everyone has a time in their life that they've thought, you know, that what if this ended? It's not about the breakup.
That's
it's about
interesting.
The thought. It's about
That's okay.
You will, everyone has that moment in the relationship.
You're right.
If this ends, it's not about a breakup. It's about the impending.
But I feel like she has delivered that message in songs that I like more.
Like what?
Like Treacherous. She's saying like, this is dangerous, but I'm going for it anyway. It's not identical in that.
Yeah, it's not identical. It's not about the
Holy Ground. Literally, she's saying this is where we were, and that song does it for me. So I don't know.
Death by a Thousand Cuts. I love this song.
It grew on me okay to holy cow, I love this song. The bridge.
I think it's the best bridge on the album.
It's between this and Cruel Summer for me.
Death by a Thousand Cuts is my number 3.
It's my number 6.
The only thing that bugs me and the only thing I would change is I don't like how the choir is used in the beginning.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that. I like it.
It's because it sounds like the rabbit scene from Us. It really bothers me because that's all I think of. The way that choir comes back in towards the end of the bridge. I think it's so good.
Sounds production-wise.
So good. I think the bridge is also great, so both. I think that having the
I love when she says United We Stand. I don't know why.
They love the choir back there.
Yes, it's very good.
It's so good.
It's very good.
I love this
Listen
so
to
much.
my take. Did you ever hear me when I used to say, I love All You Had to Do Was Stay from 1989,
Yes.
but it always reminded me of a song that Nelly would have done.
Yes.
It just sounds like that to me. This sounds like that to me too.
Huh.
Wait, let me see. During the... Where is it? What is the chorus of this song? Saying goodbye is death by a thousand cuts. It sounds like... This is what... Wait.
I don't.
Wait. Just wait. You don't get right away. London Boy.
London Boy. Okay, I didn't realize until reading this right now that James Corden is the one that says "oh."
Yeah, I didn't even hear that in the song until I read that. Every album, and I can't go back further than Reputation or Red off the top of my head. There's always a song that is just so like trivial.
It's very trivial.
And I'm just like, why do you have this? Like, stay. Hate that song. 1989, How You Get the Girl. It's from my laundry. 1989, How You Get the Girl. Don't like that song. Reputation, This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things.
Oh, see, I love this.
And Lover is London Boy. Like,
I don't like Stay.
I don't feel like if she left these off the album that I would be missing out on anything. That's exactly the perfect way for me to explain.
I think there's a difference between like a love song and like a
why she's in
what you feel like when you're in love. A lot of love songs are slow. When you are in love, you don't feel as if your life is slow and like you feel sometimes like you feel in Paper Rings. Like that's how it feels.
Yes, what do you think about this though?
I feel like this is like that perfect like I am in love song because it's so specific about her love for Joe that I really like that. But I just think it's so fun.
It just sounds like, I wrote this in my notes too, it sounds like if I went to London and studied abroad and came back and tried to write a song about my experience.
It's interesting that you said This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things because I would actually compare this to Gorgeous.
Or that. Both.
But I think that this is the better Gorgeous I've taken to Gorgeous.
It is better.
I don't love
way
it.
Better. It's way better than Gorgeous.
It's better than Gorgeous. I don't know. I love all the slang. Like I love all of it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't dislike it. It's, I guess, me saying, my point was putting this on the other level of those songs where I'm saying I'm not missing out on anything because I do feel that way, but I don't dislike it.
I just think that it's like almost as like besides like the true love songs. I think that it's like as much insight into like
yes, and
her love for
that's
Joe.
why I don't think I hate it so much because I feel like with This Is Why I Can't Have Nice Things, it's like petty.
Yes, it's definitely petty.
So
I mean, I forgot you existed as a little petty, but not like that.
Not as direct.
Yes, but it is a little petty.
Yes.
But I think it's a perfect opener to transition from.
Yes, I guess to me, petty is aligned with immature, and I don't feel like I Forgot You Existed is immature. I feel like it's.
That's true. It's very mature. It's like I.
Yes, exactly. It's saying like I don't. Yes.
I'm also, I don't know why, but I really love the Like a Tennessee Stella McCartney. Yeah. Oh, soon you're gonna better. I don't have a ton to say about this song.
It makes me sad.
It's the bottom of my list, but not because it's bad. It's
Yes.
because I just won't play it.
Yes.
Like
Did you watch
skip
the
it every
CBS
time.
thing?
Yes.
She like was about to get choked up even talking about it.
It's so sad. She said in that YouTube live, she's like, she's like, I can't play this. We decided as a family to put this on the album.
That's it.
But that I can't play this. I can't sing it. I think that it's
Very
great.
sad.
The only note I have that I've seen from the internet but I don't necessarily agree with is everyone's like, why is there not a true Dixie Chicks feature? And I actually appreciate that there's not. Like I appreciate.
I think it was literally just, hey, my mom loves you guys. Can you be on this song about
and
her?
sing in the background.
Yeah.
I kind of appreciate that she
Yes.
didn't make this into a feature so that because a feature, like what would they sing?
Like a verse, and then
About
it sounds
what?
disingenuous.
But what would they sing about?
Right.
Because it's not about them. The whole song is so much about Taylor's experience with her mom's cancer.
Yeah.
That like if the Dixie Chicks sang, because I was nervous when I saw that was the feature on that song. I was like, how are they going to sing without it taking away the significance of it being about Andrea's cancer?
Yeah.
They don't know Andrea.
Right. No, that's very
And so
true.
I appreciate that they actually that Taylor and them didn't try to like own anything in that song.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we're gonna support you in that, but this is yours. This is your experience. I think there's a line in there about Holy Orange Bottles. Like I thought that was so good. And
so
the whole thing about like desperate people.
That line is literally when I started crying.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's because she never talks about religion.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Well, true religion, because she mentions something about religion here.
In
False
metaphors,
God,
but
in metaphors, but
yeah,
so
she talks about it in metaphors, but never like gives hints to what she actually believes, and she kind of did in like her early music.
I mean, like I truly think that like she it's like this and Ronan or whatever, however you say that or whatever, like are some of her most personal songs. And I don't think that it's bad that her other songs aren't that personal, but like this, like you can't, and I mean you can relate it to yourself if you were going through that with someone, but like you know that this is about her mom. It's not up for interpretation, and I appreciate the directness on an album because Ronan wasn't on an album,
right?
And so
she tried to perform that live, and she like cries through it.
Yeah, I mean, like I appreciate this song.
Yeah.
It's on the bottom because I just won't play it.
That's fair. False God.
Wait, no, I think it's False God next, and then
14. We're not talking about any content. Are we?
I mean, we talked about The Archer and Me, but not official singles. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
False God is like buried in there. I feel like it needs.
I love False God.
I wish it was in a different part of the album for some reason. I feel like it's like gets brushed over.
I think that False God could come after Lover. In terms of tempo, I think that it's a really bad.
Song should be back to back.
I know, but I think it's a really bad placement after.
I wish it was in the front.
So I actually like the placement because it's like so upbeat and fun about her love, but then it's also like a little bit sexy about her love, like right after, and I kind of like that.
This song sounds like Bon Iver.
It does. I love the saxophone. When I heard that saxophone the first time, I was like, oh my god.
Who plays the saxophone?
I don't know. That
saxophone's by Evan Smith.
Like, I was like, what is this? Did I switch an album?
I feel like she's gonna, the live version is gonna be boring.
And, she has to get to a B6 somehow. And so I feel
she would not do False God during that.
No. I don't think that. I think, what song is that?
She did Delicate over the crowd.
Yeah, so I think that she might do Cornelia Street.
I can see that. No,
and then the way back she did Bad Blood, so it could be anything. It could be anything else.
She could just do, she would do Delicate again, but
she might. I mean, maybe not in the same way. She'll play Delicate probably, but
maybe she'll do Look What You Made Me Do. Oh God.
I could see her singing that on
People are way. I don't know.
I love that song. I think it's like Dressed 2.0.
I love when she goes, staring out the window like I'm not your favorite
town.
I'm New York City.
Okay, I really like that, but I don't understand it.
I don't know.
There's some. I mean, this was one of the lyrics that she posted before on Spotify, and I didn't like it. I also though didn't like Summer's a Knife, and I've gotten accustomed to it, and I actually like it. I used it in an Instagram post today.
And I thought the same thing. I was like, you don't like that one. No, it's very good. I was reading a couple people, journalists critique saying it sounds too sexual. And it's like not natural for her to be singing like that. I'm like, did you hear Dress?
Again, Dress says hello. False God is number 8 on my list, but it's...
That's just because there's so many good ones.
I know.
Mine's number 10.
I think I need to retake it. I mean, You Need to Calm Down is really high for me.
What?
What's yours? 13?
Yes.
Mine's 9.
And what we keep referring to, I need to tell them this. There's a Tumblr that has song sorters, and you can
post it.
Yes, I was gonna post it in the blog post, so you could do it too. I think I've mentioned it in the blog post before.
You can post. I'll take it again. You can post it.
Yes. Okay, we're skipping You Need to Calm Down.
Even though I love that song, but I think I love it more than she does because I'm gay and she's not.
I appreciate it for what it is. I understand both sides of the argument. It's a good song.
I love the music video. So glad she did it.
Afterglow. I never remember what this song sounds like.
Okay, I'm actually taking a lot more to it once I realized what she's talking about.
Oh no, I love what she's talking about. It's her self-deprecating again, but
but it's beyond self-deprecating.
But I like when she admits her faults.
Yeah, totally.
And she's
because I think it's relatable.
The song is her saying I suck.
I think it really encapsulates what it's like to like be in that in between like fighting with your significant other and not like and like until you get better, like until you get over that fight, like that weird in between. You're like, why did I say this? Like this was an overreaction. This was too much. Like, you know what did she say here? Like I blew things out of proportion. I put you in jail for something you didn't do.
I like that line. I saw a tweet that said Afterglow is about having makeup sex.
Maybe it is.
To me, it's like, here's the storm, meet me in the rainbow after the storm.
Yeah. But I think it's like a lot about like self-reflection.
Yes.
About like, why the fuck did I say that?
Yes, and I like that, but the song just does not do it for me.
We're
not talking about me, because that doesn't exist in my world.
It's nice to have a friend.
I love this song.
I do too.
It's number 11, which sounds like I don't, but I do love it.
It's nice to have a friend is a low for me too. It's 14. It's short.
It's so sweet though, and I think,
really
did you notice in the beginning it sounds like she's talking about like having a childhood friend, and then the second half is her talking about getting married.
Oh yeah, they're right. Something.
That's why I'm like, what if they're, and something about leaving the church. What it feels like to find a friend when you're young versus finding like your
friend that becomes. Yeah. The only thing about this.
It's so sweet.
I think that I would like the song a little bit more in terms of that like first half being about the childhood friend if there weren't so many references to school prior on the album.
Yes.
Because I like Miss Americana is a metaphor. Yes. She mentions school again and it's a metaphor. And so for me, I've had to do a lot of thinking through the album to like, okay, this relates somewhere else. But by the time I get to 17, I'm literally looking at it as school, and it's like, okay, I've heard the school.
Yes, that's what I said to you, that there's so many school references on.
And I'm fine with it. I think that lyrically it does really well, but by the time I get to this, I'm over the school reference.
Okay, Daylight also, like, I enjoy it when I listen to it, but I never, like, I'm gonna go listen to Daylight.
I get chills with that spoken, the audio recording. And someone said, like, because obviously I'm sure the bracelets will come back.
Yeah.
That like, and this gives me chills just talking about it. I have goosebumps. That like,
Goosies!
That like when that comes up, just say in place of, in the death of her reputation. That like when it says like, you know, it like all of our bracelets will go dark and it will just be talking, and then it was like, you are what you love, and it all lights up right then. I would freeze.
I like that verse.
I don't like the treatment of step into the daylight and let it go.
It's cheesy.
It's cheesy, and maybe I wouldn't have thought it was so cheesy if she hadn't said it before. If she hadn't teased it. But I was expecting it to be delivered with so much more. But at the same time, like teasing, I'd be a fearless leader, I'd be an alpha type. I didn't love where that was in the song either.
That's the risk you take when you like reveal a lyric before the song's out.
But I love like all that's been borrowed and blue and whatever and love rock. I thought that treatment was fine.
Did she tease that?
Yeah. All has been borrowed or whatever and blue.
I don't love that line.
I don't love it, but I didn't mind the treatment of it. Like I liked the treatment of it in.
My heart's been borrowed and yours is in blue. I don't.
Also the end.
To me, when you're saying your heart's been blue, is you've been sad, and I don't think that's what she's trying to say.
No, I don't think
I think she's just trying to make a wedding reference.
I think she's making that reference of something borrowed, something.
Right, but I just don't like it. I don't think it like
something borrowed, something new, something.
Yes, I just don't think it like translates correctly.
I can see it. I'm really right now. I'm having a really big internal battle about like where this album falls in my ranking.
I was gonna ask you.
And
what's your favorite? Do you really only compare 1999 Reputation?
I really look at the last three now. I do look at Red.
You do look at Red.
Red has some just like significance for me because it like vividly sums up like my last 2 years of high school.
Okay.
But like when I'm ranking my albums, it's the last three. So it's 1989 Reputation and this. For the longest time, 1989 was my number one. And Reputation may have taken that spot. I don't know why. I don't know why I love that album. I just really do. Like I really think. Now this is gonna get some. I honestly think that it might be her best.
Reputation? Goodbye. You think Reputation is better than this album?
No. So what this album does weirdly, because I went from 1989 being my number one to where right before this album came out, I thought that 1989 and Reputation were equal.
Okay.
And now I think that Reputation and this are equal, and that 1989 is like third. Yeah.
I think I can't say because it's been out for 3 days. I can see this going over my ranking of 1989.
Where's that?
So mine is Red, Fearless, 1989, Reputation.
Would you
Speak Now, Self-Titled?
Do you think you could equal it with?
I don't do that.
Oh, you don't. I don't like doing it. But I truly, I don't know, it's hard for me because I remember when 1989 came out. I remember when I listened to those, I attach a lot of memories with a lot of those songs, so they don't feel as current, they feel a lot more self-reflective.
Right, that's why you can't try to rank this that fast.
I know,
because you're going to be thinking about all the things going on in your life that
But I think that's exactly why Reputation has now taken like that number one spot, is because it's fresh, it's more about my adult life as opposed to, 1989 came out when I met Sal. I remember like driving around in St. Louis listening to that album.
So
it's tough.
Can you separate what you think is her best work versus what your favorite is?
Yes.
And what do you think her best work is?
Well, for a while right now it seems to be a little bit equal.
If you're so zoomed in on how the world is looking at you, writing about it is putting an emphasis on.
That's true, but that's partially why I think that she is naturally narcissistic. She wrote an entire album about how the world looks at her.
But it wasn't even like, there were songs in that album that did not fit the message she was pushing. And that's where the disconnect is. Okay, let's sign off.
We are done.
All of that out. Thanks for watching. We're YouTubers now.
I'm a little lit.
Yeah, we drank a lot of wine.
Not the whole bottle.
It was like to there though. It's a lot. And
Thanks for
it's
watching.
6 o'clock. Wow.
Thanks for watching.
I hope everyone who watched enjoyed, or if they just listened to it while
What are your thoughts on the album?
What are your thoughts?
We're
gonna put our rankings side by side in the blog post too.
Yeah. All right.
Sayonara.
Bye.
The old Taylor can't come to
the phone right now.